Cheating is one of the most interesting and trending topics in video games, especially if it happens to you. There's nothing worse than being on the precipice of greatness, having 19 kills, getting ready for your 20 bomb, and then boom, you get headshot by about 100,000 bullets from half a mile away, and that person starts emoting on you. Yeah, we know you're cheating. But guys, that's not the problem. We all know we can spot someone who's cheating after we've seen the video evidence of an obvious cheater. The real problem is, how do we find these cheaters and how do we stop them from cheating in the first place? Hasn't it ever struck you as odd that cheaters seem to be this new breed of human being that just never existed? It's like they didn't grow up, they didn't go to school, they didn't have friends, they don't have parents, they just are cheaters. They're this emotionless alien that's come down from another planet, the planet Cheaton, and they've come down here to just cheat in any video game that you're playing and destroy your happiness. That is not what is actually happening. Cheaters are human beings. They actually are people. They are gamers. But how do you go from gamer, playing the game, having fun, to cheating? Is there something that triggers that? Is there a way to see inside the mind of a cheater? That's the question I wanted to answer for so long now. I've done countless videos on my channel exposing cheaters, running into surprising cheaters, making videos about them, and hopefully getting them banned by making more people aware of how to spot cheaters in their own games. But one thing I haven't had any actual experience with is talking to a cheater until today. Listen, in 5th grade, when I tried to ask out Michelle Berlinger, I thought that was a long shot. But did I believe that I could make it happen? Sure, didn't work out, Michelle, hey, we could have had something great. But at the end of the day, what's even more of a long shot is the cheater that I've been trying to catch, reaching out to me to work with me as a partnership to catch other cheaters. Now, to clarify, I haven't been trying to catch this guy, but I'm always trying to catch a cheater. To try to catch a cheater is my goal. Whenever I see somebody who's suspicious, I stay, I watch. That's my thing. However, for a cheater to offer not only his personal experience of why he started cheating, but also to expose other cheaters, I just thought I was wrapped up in some type of TNT hit TV show where there's this moral dilemma of a cop who's, hunting down bad guys or somebody who's committed these gruesome crimes. And the only way to stop him is to find another guy who's already committed a bunch of gruesome crimes and get into his mind and track the real guy down. I'm sure it's not going to be as dramatic, but it will have some flair, I'll tell you that. And as we read the letter, you guys will see that it's not so cut and dry. In fact, many people will have arguments on either side of what I should be doing with this information. Should I be giving it to Respawn right away? Should I be reporting him? Should I work with him to deliver more cheaters to Respawn and ban their accounts and sacrifice maybe the account of one who could help us to stop this cheating problem maybe once and for all? And is there some type of understanding that we can all have as to what makes a cheater from just a normal gamer? And how do they go from playing the game to realizing that this is a game I want to cheat in and ruin my experience, risk my entire account and my ability to play this game in the future, and also throw in the towel, essentially, for developing and getting better? If you think you know the answer to this video, you probably don't, because it's not an easy one, and there's a lot of moral gray area. However, let's start reading what the letter was, and we can go through it together. The letter is titled Insight, which is a pretty interesting title. It got my attention and it came to my business email, raindaygaming.business@gmail.com. If you guys ever have any questions or topics like this, you could feel free to send those to me and I may respond to them. It reads, I just saw your video about a no headshot hack in the game. I wanted to reach out to you to tell you that they are real. Last season, I had kind of given up on Apex and started looking into hacks to see what the hype was all about, since it seems everyone diamond and above seems to be doing it. Now hold up there, young partner. This is a big conversation. Not only is this person admitting that last season they had given up on Apex, meaning they had probably had a hard time playing the game, and it is a hard game to play, but then they had gone strictly to hacks, which maybe suggests that cheaters are just players who have given up. Maybe a lot of cheaters don't feel that they can improve, or maybe that the game's too tough or life is too tough, and they need something else. But I don't think that's just it. This person goes on to say that they realized and saw that everyone above Diamond was actually cheating, which to me seems really wrong and false. There's no way people Diamond and above are cheating. I'm Diamond and above, and I'm not cheating, so I know that that's That's not unequivocally true. So why was this person assuming that all good players in Apex Legends Ranked were cheating? Now, a lot of you know I got my bachelor's from UCLA in psychology, and that's what I studied while playing soccer there, or football, for 4 years. One of the biggest things I learn and I take away from that is how people assess things that happen in their lives. And this player seems to be assessing that the reason other people are better than him is because of an external locus of control, something that he couldn't control. They didn't work better or work harder or train smarter or understand things that he didn't. They're basically cheating, right? They're doing something that he has no control over. He couldn't get as good as them unless he cheated. And that's where I think this is going wrong. Let's continue though. The message reads that not only did I find out some of my Pred buddies hack, but also a few top streamers hack as well, with some fairly undeniable proof in video form. Again, these are big statements. He's saying that his friends hack, and also he's seeing some undeniable video proof of some top predators who are hacking and aren't being dealt with. This would be a big deal if it turned out to be true. Now, here's where his decision-making gets interesting. As a result of those people hacking, he continues, so for research purposes, I bought a 30-day pass for a hack that is undetected since Season 1, so they say, to try it out to maybe help be able to tell who is hacking and not these days, since it's getting harder and harder to tell. But wait, that's not all. That being said, I've never used it in a competitive environment, but I only wanted to see what people could get away with. After some research, I've found that some are cooler, in quotation marks, than others, and some of them are oriented in the form of looking normal, so much so that mine is streamable. That's a lot to unpack. Let's get started with the idea that he bought a 30-day pass for research purposes. This is not research purposes. This is cheating. Hey man, I'm gonna go, take somebody's wallet and see how much money they have for research purposes. That is stealing. I'm in a relationship, but I'm gonna go kiss this other girl at the party for research purposes. That is cheating. Oh no, I was paying attention, professor. I was just closing my eyes to start my REM cycle to see if that would impact my understanding of your lesson, for research purposes. That is sleeping. That's just sleeping. Why this is so important to understanding why people cheat is, again, this reasoning allows you to apply the external locus of control as the reason for these actions, as in the world, because other people are doing it, because it is just for research purposes, is justifying my individual actions. Because I can blame it on something else, I'm not really culpable, right? Just because I'm buying a 30-day pass to check out what my friends are already doing, then that's not my fault. That's what's happening around me. It is important to note he hasn't used it in a competitive environment, but what does that mean? Does it mean he didn't use it in the ALGS? I doubt it. I'm not sure he's in the ALGS. Does it mean he didn't use it in ranked? Okay. Is he using it in pubs? That's still cheating. That is ruining a player's experience. That is ruining someone's day who might have bought a skin, who jumped into the game, ready to play, have a good time, invested into this game, and just gets beamed. That is not okay. And no matter how much you try to justify that from the external aspect of what everyone else is doing, you have to take individual accountability that you are cheating right now. And remember, it doesn't make you a bad person. You still have a life to live and love and enjoy great things that are ahead of you. It just means that you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing right now, and you need to stop doing it and learn from it. Now, the letter isn't over, and it gets really good at the end, because this is his proposition to me as to why the email was sent to me in the first place. And I do appreciate that someone trusted me enough with information of them clearly doing something not good that they thought I would be the guy to send it to, and not to respawn hideouts or somebody who would just instantly ban them. And for the record, there is no gamer name here, so I can't even send the name to hideouts to ban this person. They didn't leave that information. The email concludes, for content purposes of your channel, I would be willing to stream for you and what I see from my end and what other people see, and give you a rundown of it and what to look out for. My 30 days is coming to an end very soon, and I plan to quit Apex when it does. Let me know if you're interested in talking. In many ways, this is the most important part of the video, and where you should be doing the most thinking, listening, and watching, because this is where I need your attention. The moral dilemma here is not that this person is doing an action that isn't good. We already know that. We've established that with several arguments, and we know that basically it doesn't add up as to why he's validating cheating, just because everyone else is doing it. If everyone jumped off a bridge, would you do it? No. We know that logic doesn't add up. But one thing that is important is, what is our overall goal as creators, content creators, Respawn representatives, EA representatives, to stop or to start cheating, to increase the amount of cheaters or decrease them? And then we get into an interesting moral dilemma. Let's say, for instance, this person did show me how to spot a cheat that was truly undetectable, one that many people had been using since Season 1 and that top streamers were currently using, even competitors in the ALGS, yet weren't being spotted. If we took away several people who would be winning prize money that could then go to someone else who was truly playing, or maybe streamers who are getting tons of subs but not really earning them, going to lesser known streamers now, or being spread out amongst the community than with them, or simply being able to showcase exactly what this cheat looks like, spot it more, and ban 5 to 10 times more cheaters than we normally do, report 5 to 10 times more cheaters than we normally do, decreasing the amount of cheaters in Apex Legends, would this be worth it to see what he has to show me? If you said no, then why? Because he's already cheated, so we shouldn't learn from him to stop more cheaters? Okay. Well, he does say he's going to quit Apex. What if he never comes back to Apex? What if he gets banned and yet still gives us the information on how to stop cheaters? If he gets his own comeuppance, but also helps us, does that make it better for you? Or does he actually deserve, just because he's found some way to change himself, understand what he did was wrong, and try to support it so other people can be spotted out, does he deserve some type of lack of penalty? Does he deserve a little bit of leniency? If you think this is a strange idea, then you're not really familiar with how the judicial system works. This happens all the time. If you commit a crime with someone else, yet you provide details on what that other person did, and the other person doesn't, you might get a lesser sentence, even though you're throwing that person under the bus, because you're allowing the conviction to actually take place with a legitimate witness that otherwise, if you two were quiet, no one would be able to do, and both of you might be in a worse position. But let's add it to something that was serious. Maybe you had taken someone and both of you weren't saying where you had taken that person, yet a family was waiting for that information, and one of you actually fessed up. Would that be worth giving that person who fessed up a lesser sentence because they actually helped to do something good in the world and reunite that family with the person that was taken? This is almost where we're at. Obviously, this is a made-up idea and the stakes aren't as serious, but I think it's worth thinking about. In conclusion, I don't have a clear idea. I honestly believe that cheaters aren't bad people, they're people who are making bad decisions. And it makes me a little bit more aware of how people might be becoming cheaters, because they realize that there's no hope. There's no way for them to improve in a game that is very difficult, and now one of the most popular, and I think will be the most popular BR for years and years to come. My advice to people struggling with the idea of cheating because they haven't made any wiggle room or made any improvement recently is not to do that, because you give away so much of your future by that one simple mistake. Listen to me. Watch channels like this. Go watch The Gaming Merchant or Daz, or people who are making guides that really help you out and improve your gameplay, and stick with it. Things don't happen overnight. Trust me, I wish I could build a YouTube channel from 400,000 to 1 million tomorrow, but I know I can't do that. It's the steady steps, the steady foundation that you build now that will help you to improve rapidly in a very short period of time in the future. But you've got to build that foundation, and you've got to trust yourself that your efforts today will pay off tomorrow. To me, it reminds me of a lot of my viewers who sometimes are more worried about getting things fast than doing things the right way. And it's true, you could do things very quickly in life. You can get rich very quickly, you could get very strong very quickly, you could lose a lot of weight very quickly. But the truth is, if you don't create a foundation for how you're doing that, then you may lose it all just as quickly. And you may realize that there's not enough substance behind the things that you gain for them to really last. As a player, improving in FPS games is hard. I started playing my first FPS game 4 years ago. I had never touched one on a computer, but I've started to improve. And even watching my videos a few years ago, I noticed how much better I am at Apex even now. And people still say that I'm not that good, but I can see the improvement night and day. So what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna ask this person to show me their cheats. I don't really need to know. I can spot a cheater pretty well, but I do think it's a little concerning that there are cheats out there that are claiming to still be being used and pretty undetectable. Cheating is an onslaught that games will always have to fight against, no matter whether you're a $5 million company or a $73 billion company. There's no way that cheating will not evolve like your games, and it'll be a constant battle. Just trust that that will happen. There will always be people who want to keep the law and always be people who want to break it, in real life or in video games. What you have to do is decide how you're going to approach that. And for me, I wanted to share this information, but I don't want to be involved in it. So thank you for the email. Thank you for the clarity. Hopefully this helped educate some people, but stop doing what you're doing. And yeah, it's time to stop playing Apex if you've been cheating. I appreciate the candor and the honesty. I hope things work out for you in the future. But for anybody who's thinking about crossing that moral dilemma, I can't help you, but I can just say that if you stick with it, if you go for it, and if you do your best, honestly, good things will come. You reap what you sow in life. That's something I've truly found. And so try to sow good things, seeds that will prosper in the years to come. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing and turning the notification bell on, because that's really the only way you'll get more videos like this guaranteed. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, comment down below your thoughts, and of course, subscribe to stay tuned to the channel. Never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you all next time.